接下来，请毕业生代表林启轩、李博润上台发言。Next up, a speech from student representatives Vanke Lin and David Lee.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen,
mentors and teachers,
parents and students, and my dear class of 2025. I'm David from Yuan House.
I'm Vinny from Yuan House.
We are truly honored to be here today to stand on behalf of the graduating class. We will not be on this stage without the unwavering support from our families, our teachers, our friends, and each of you in this room. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
First and foremost, I would like to give a big congratulations to everyone, including myself, for it to this moment.
We live in a world full of uncertainty and challenges. Yet, we've not only made it through, we've also created legacy uniquely belong to ourselves.
COVID-19 didn't defeat us.
The typhoons didn't crush us.
The social dilemmas didn't confuse us.
Political turmoil didn't sway us.
Despite it all, we didn't just survive. We lived, we grew, and now we graduate. Class of 2025,
Let's give ourselves a big round of applause.
Enduring all of this, it's fair to say that we are not just legendary. We may also be the most disruptively unforgettable class VMA has ever seen.
We turned the 1/5 attendance policy into the 19% attendance policy.
We made mobile phones forbidden forever.
We made day students stay until 4:40.
We pushed extra AP classes into reality.
And we even made the SSR program stricter.
You're welcome, class of 2026.
And for those of us heading to the US, let's be honest. We probably made Donald J. Trump just nervous enough to start sanctioning international students, universities, and China itself.
We should be proud of having overcome countless obstacles to stand here today. Yet, our journey is far from over. As we step into the wider world, we must recognize the reality around us.
We are entering a world flooded with information, yet many of us remain trapped in echo chambers, hearing what only confirms our beliefs.
We are entering a world where protests erupt, not from genuine understanding, but from narratives carefully shaped by unseen hands.
We are entering a world where AI transforms our daily lives, raising concerns about whether it might one day replace human creativity itself.
In such a world, complex, chaotic, and often confusing, how do we stay grounded? Do we ever feel lost, drifting without direction? Do we still remember who we are?
To navigate this uncertain voyage of the human journey, each of us must find an anchor. And that anchor does not lie in technology, trends, or others' expectations. It lies within us, in our values, our purpose, our unshakable sense of self, in other words, self-actualization.
To chart our path through uncertainty, we must first ask, what truly moves us? And the answer, more often than not, begins with discovering our genuine passion.
In a world where we connect with different people and their lives easily through social media, where anxiety spreads quickly, and where the need for external validation often drowns out our inner voices, it's easy to mistake what we are told to want for what we truly love. I remember back in primary school, a teacher once asked me what I want to be in the future. I said, I want to be a philosopher. She sighed, shook her head, and looked profoundly disappointed. Yet here I am, still questioning, still searching, and still passionate about understanding the world.
And I was told many times that it's a pity to pursue arts. But now, I'm stepping into the vibrant music industry of Los Angeles.
Even now, many of us, including myself, may still be uncertain about our future majors, careers, or life path.
Amid that uncertainty, we may be so confused, so helpless, and so tempted to think of what choices will be approved by our peers, our families, and the society, and what choices can bring a well-paid job, a good reputation, and a stable future that can't go wrong. We may forget the most essential thing. What do you love? What truly excites you? What genuinely matters to you? What is a life that you, yourself, not anyone else, want to live?
Passion is a compass that keeps us true when trends shift, industries evolve, and the world seems to change overnight. Here at VMA, passion has shaped this community and created stories worth celebrating.
Those passionate about singing formed the VMA Choir, whose captivating performance last week moved us all.
Those passionate about sports gather every afternoon on courts and fields, filling our campus with cheering and sweat.
Those passionate about social contributions scattered across the globe, carrying VMA spirit to communities hungry for change.
And beyond our campus, history reminds us that passion can transform not only one's life, but the world itself.
Marie Curie pursued science despite great odds, reshaping modern physics and chemistry.
Martin Luther King Jr. gave voice to justice and inspired lasting change.
Victor Hugo turned grief into stories that stirred compassion across continents. These aren't just inspiring stories. They're proof that passion transforms potential into impact. And it becomes clearer that the spark of human passion, our drive, our curiosity, our question, our creativity, is what makes us truly irreplaceable by AI or any advancing technology.
In a future where change is the only constant, passion is your true north. Find what sets your soul on fire, because the world no longer calls for a standard answer, but it needs more people who are fully alive.
Passion gives us direction. And what defines our journey? Our attitude. Class of 2025, as we set off on journeys that stretch across countries and cultures, we will meet diverse people, perspectives, and challenges, each of them shaping a brand new experience we may never have imagined. Sometimes we will find agreement, sometimes resistance, sometimes successes, and sometimes failure. And they are natural. They are all parts of our journey.
See everything in your journey a precious opportunity to grow into who you are, and be grateful, because no achievement is ever truly alone. It is the teachers who guided us, the friends who stood by us, and even the setbacks that taught us resilience. These are the forces that shape who we become. Our 3 years at VMA have shaped all of us. Teachers didn't just teach us subjects, they even expanded how we see the world. Mr. Song Yang, where are you? He expanded our eyes to the complexity of history, helping us see how rich and fascinating the past can be.
Miss Rain introduced us to music that resonates with innate human emotion, building our ability of appreciating the beauty of art.
And Mr. Beadle, one of my favorite teachers at VMA. Thank you for constantly reminding us not to use our cell phones at school. You may have saved more than a few of us from digital addiction.
Beyond our teachers, it's our friends who have stood beside us through every step of the journey. They were the hands that pulled us up when we stumbled.
The voices that whispered, "You can," when we doubted ourselves.
The mirrors who showed us strengths we couldn't yet see.
And growth isn't just shaped by those who lift us up. It also forged in the challenges we face and the resilience we discover within ourselves. A difficult project pushed us beyond the textbook.
A failed exam reignited our motivation to improve.
And all those rejection and waitlist letters, they didn't define us. They refined us. They forced us to reflect, to reassess our choice, and to keep moving. So thank you, rejection and waitlist letters.
And to you, my fellow graduates, thank you for the late night study sessions that turn into live talks,
For the inside jokes that still make us laugh years after.
for proving that growth isn't a solo journey, but a chorus of voices lifting each other higher. Remember the orientation week? We were strangers then. Look at us now.
Our bonds definitely transcend words, but if I could say just one thing, thank you, class of 2025. It's been an honor to grow alongside you.
In a world that moves at the speed of a click, gratitude anchors us to the present. Every teacher, every friendship, every setback, and every success. They are the anchors that have grounded us, guided us, and helped us become who we are. So, let's move forward, not only with passion, but also with gratitude. In this ever-changing world, say thanks to all the things that remind us who we are.
Passion is our direction. Gratitude is all the chances and moments we carry with. And now, we are left with one last thing, regular reflection. So, we leave our footprints on our journey, go deep, and influence the world.
We live in a world that prizes speed and virality, but reflection is what gives our momentum meaning. It turns experience into insights, insights into wisdom, and wisdom into legacy.
In research, reflection reveals the why behind the what, exposing limitations and spark better questions.
In life, it transforms a moment into a lesson, an action into intention, helping us live not just fast, but fully.
Class of 2025, as we step into our next chapter, I invite you to pause and look back, not just at your achievements, but the journey that brought you here.
Reflect on the nights you stayed up studying for TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, and ACT. How you have struggled, and how you ultimately conquered them.
Reflect on that cold winter day in December or January, when you finally submitted your college applications, and all you could do was wait. What was your hope, your dream, and your new sense of self-discovery through this process?
And reflect on the culmination of it all. The moment you clicked view your results, and in an instant, felt the rush of joy, the excitement of success, and yes, the tears of happiness that followed. Why and how these journeys have shaped you. And how can you use the lessons you have learned to bring a future for yourself and your surroundings?
Take time to reflect on your 3 years at VMA. The friendships you built, the laughter you shared, the obstacles you overcame, and all the small moments that quietly shape who you are.
Reflect on the presentations you nervously delivered, the essays you poured your heart into, and the exams you studied late into the night.
Reflect on the gala photos of shining, the house games you won, and the WeChat moments you posted right after.
Reflect on the meals you enjoyed in the 3 dineries, or at least tried to enjoy.
Reflect on the frustration when your takeout or devices were confiscated, and the creative solutions you thought up afterward.
Reflect on all the mock exams and actual AP exams, whether they're from 2 years ago, 1 year ago, or just last month. Congratulations, class of 2025. You finally graduated beyond them. No more APs, you're free.
Your reflection on every round answer helped you grow.
Your reflection on every meal and every confiscated takeout made you wiser or sneakier next time.
And your reflection on every failure brought you closer to success and even inspired you to lose with dignity. Then you know how much stronger you are than what you imagine. You know how much potential there is in your body. And the confidence turns into power for you to do bigger things, to leave footprints that now uniquely belong to the legacy of VMA.
Reflections are part of our anchor. They remind you why you're still passionate, why you're grateful, why you have questions, why you hope for more, why you're you, and grounding you to wherever life leads next. Through understanding our footprints, we find the courage to take the next step. So, take time to reflect.
And now, it's time to bring this journey and this speech to a close. As we move forward, I invite each of you to find that anchor within your own heart, to walk into the world with ambition and with purpose.
And wherever life takes you next, whether to a distant university, a new city, or simply a new version of yourself, carry with you these 3 timeless questions. Who am I? Where do I come from? Where am I going? Let these questions guide your journey. Let your answers shape your legacy.
To close, I want to borrow both a gesture and a saying from my favorite basketball player, and in my mind, a GOAT, Stephen Curry. After every game-winning shot, he calmly brings his hands to his temples, smiles, and says, "Night-night." So now, as we stand at the finish line of our high school journey, our own game-winning moment, it's time to say, "Night-night, VMA."